10 Shark Tank pitches that went horribly wrong. Shark Tank has been a place for entrepreneurs to show off their products to millions of Americans. However, some product pitches have gone horribly wrong over the years. Before we jump into it, make sure to hit that like button so we know who the real Shark Tank fans are. Wired Waffles. This company was founded with good intentions, but there are simply too many negatives for the sharks to invest in the idea. Wired Waffles was a company that specialized in making caffeinated waffles. Many of us have very little time to get ready for work in the mornings, leading us to choose between eating and drinking coffee. However, with Wired Waffles, you can have both. These waffles are packed with caffeine, giving you a boost of energy and a healthy breakfast. However, there was one problem. They tasted awful. The sharks greatly disliked the flavor, refusing to invest in the company. After the episode was broadcast, the company saw a slight boost in sales, but they soon had to pull the plug on the idea altogether. Squirrel Boss. Most of us can agree that shocking an animal as a form of punishment can be quite cruel. While there is evidence to suggest that doing so can help to train an animal in very specific circumstances, it can be widely agreed that shock treatment does far more harm than good and can lead animals to becoming aggressive. Though this entrepreneur did not get that memo, as he developed a product known as Squirrel Boss. This bird feeder is electrified and can be activated with the push of a button. Essentially, if you like to sit on your back porch and watch birds play and eat, you can install this bird feeder in your yard. Then when a squirrel eventually comes up and has a taste of your birdseed, you can push a button and give him a jolt of electricity, likely scaring him away. Sharks and viewers both agreed that this product could easily be illegal in many areas of the country, as it could be interpreted as cruel towards animals, and rightfully so. KODIAK cakes. This pitch didn't go wrong for the entrepreneurs, rather it went horribly wrong for the sharks. A company known as KODIAK Cakes appeared on the show, pitching their idea for a brand new pancake mix that appeals to those who are interested in a more natural approach to their diet, sourcing ingredients from the highest quality manufacturers in America. The brand's goals were super simple: create a great tasting pancake mix exclusively using ingredients that foodies can trust. However, the sharks were not sold on the idea. They made a mockery of the company, with Kevin insisting that the market was already cornered by a few of the largest companies in the world. A couple of sharks threw around some rather insulting offers, with the KODIAK guy leaving without a deal. However, they soon made a name for themselves and began ranking in millions. Today, KODIAK is the 4th largest pancake mix in the world, bringing in over $50 million per year. Track days. We can't help but wonder if the curators of Shark Tank knew how bad this idea was, but allowed it through the gates simply for entertainment. Two men, James Lavatola and Brian Pitt, appeared in a season 4 episode of the show, requesting $5 million in exchange for 34% of the products from their product. Though they weren't offering a product at all, instead they were pitching a movie and requesting that the sharks invest in the film so that it could be completed and sent to theaters nationwide. Though there were a few big problems. The script for the film had not been completed, and there were no cast members lined up to take part in the film. This was a concept idea for a film, though the two had no means of actually bringing the film to fruition. It didn't take long for the sharks to laugh off the idea of the film sending the two guys packing, though Kevin made sure to let them know that this was a horrifically bad idea. We just wonder what must have been going through the minds of these two men when they decided to pitch the film to the sharks. The sharks are not movie producers, they're investors, inventors, and entrepreneurs. The Skinny Mirror. Simply hearing the name of this product, the Skinny Mirror, you're likely thinking that this will be an add-on for a fun house or some sort of children's attraction, though you would be very wrong. Belinda James developed this mirror and pitched the idea to the sharks in season 8. The mirror was marketed towards women, with Belinda valuing her company at $1 million, though we don't understand how she came up with this evaluation. She was asking for $200,000 in exchange for 20% of her company, though as you can expect, this pitch went downhill very quickly. The sharks rightfully criticized the product for feeding into society's body image issues that plague men and women, supplementing depression and eating disorders. In addition to this, Belinda admitted that she wasn't the inventor of the product. There are already several types of slimming mirrors on the market. However, she felt as though her mirror had appeal because it could help businesses sell more products by giving customers a false sense of clothing items' slimming abilities. The sharks were vehemently opposed to the mirror, with Kevin shouting, "The truth is you're lying to people. I'm out, but I also forbid any other shark from investing in this." The BOUQS Co. This is another idea that didn't go as badly for the entrepreneurs as it did for the sharks. This company specializes in mail-order flowers that can be purchased for any occasion. The company was founded as a way to cut out the middleman, both growing and supplying the flowers to the customers, dramatically reducing the cost of bouquets. While the presentation went pretty well, the Sharks scoffed at the idea, rejecting the company without investing. However, Robert Herjavec realized the error of his ways when the show had ended. Robert needed flowers quickly for his wedding and remembered the sales pitch from the show. He immediately contacted the company as both a customer and an investor. When the show originally made it to air, they only had about $1 million in sales. However, they now bring in that much cash on a single holiday, making them one of the most profitable bouquet companies in America. Cougar Energy. We have to admit the idea of having the energy of a cougar seems rather tempting. However, that wasn't the concept behind this drink. Ryan Custer developed Cougar Energy to be an energy drink targeted at middle-aged women who were looking to hook up with younger men. Ryan said that the drink was specifically developed to be appealing towards middle-aged women, giving them the energy they need to pursue relationships with someone half their age. He was asking for $150,000 in exchange for 30% of his company, giving himself an evaluation of around $500,000. However, as you can expect, the Sharks were not thrilled with his idea. The world doesn't need another brand of energy drink. There are hundreds of energy drinks on the market, each that appeals to a different demographic. Though the idea behind Cougar Energy was quite insensitive towards middle-aged women and, to be honest, was quite offensive. We can't imagine who would buy these drinks and allow themselves to be seen drinking them in public. BEDJET. BEDJET is another product the Sharks rejected strictly because the presentation went so poorly. Mark Aramley showcased his new product to the Sharks, though they were immediately turned off by his presence, saying he came across as arrogant. They also felt as though his product was ridiculous and had no market appeal. In essence, BEDJET is a technology that can both cool or heat your bed. If you and your loved one often prefer the room to be different temperatures, BEDJET can solve that problem by warming one side of the bed while keeping the other side cool. Mark left without gaining investment from the Sharks, though his sales soon skyrocketed in a very short amount of time. BEDJET became one of the most successful Shark Tank rejections of all time. The company is now on track to making millions per year, with most sales coming directly through the company's website. Wake and Bacon. If this product had been pitched as a gag gift, there's a chance that they would have succeeded in wowing the Sharks. However, Maddie Salin pitched this product as a genuine way to help you wake up in the morning. This was essentially an alarm clock that, when triggered, would begin to cook fresh bacon to help you wake up and smell the bacon. The idea was pitched in season 2, with Marty requesting $40,000 in exchange for 20% stake in the company. Though there are seemingly countless issues with this product, the first and most obvious is that the clock would force you to leave raw meat on your bedside table for hours upon hours each night, increasing your risk of food poisoning. You could also get sick if flies or other bugs manage to make their way into your food throughout the night. Though the problems don't end there. The system also poses a serious fire hazard. What happens if the machine malfunctions and happens to turn on while you're away from home? Better yet, what happens if you're feeling extra lazy and oversleep without remembering to turn the alarm off, leading to a huge fire concern or potentially deadly inhalation of smoke? It's no surprise that the Sharks each passed on this idea, with Kevin saying that he would like to add this product to his museum of really bad ideas that kill people, and we can't blame him. 365 underwear. William Strange is a man who pitched a rather odd idea to the Sharks. He had created a startup company known as 365 Underwear. The brand was a subscription service that would send men new underwear each month. This idea already seemed weird, as most men tend to keep their underwear for many months, even years in some cases. Though William wanted to change the way men viewed underwear by providing them constant access to fresh garments. However, William revealed to the Sharks that he had been working on 2 separate companies. This immediately turned the Sharks away, with them insisting that he needed to choose one company or the other. He walked away with the deal, but after filming had ended, he declined the offer after receiving a larger investment for a secondary product. This was by far one of the strangest Shark Tank pitches in history.